I've got something for you.
You know I can't. I'm working. I can't leave the furnace unattended.
Oh, come on. You can get away for a few minutes. I'll make it worth your while.
I suppose a few minutes won't hurt.
What an awful dream.
But who was he?
I don't know, it was just a horrible dream. I was there standing on the side of the canal and he came down from the furnace because I was calling to him. He looked just like the man I met in the spinney.
What man in the spinney?
I told you. Last week, when I was coming back from Mrs. Lawson's. He talked to me about the furnace and what it was like when it was working.
Really? What did he say?
He said he used to work there. He was there when there was this big explosion and the furnace was never used again.
An explosion? How terrible. What else?
Emily, haven't you finished sorting this laundry? I thought you'd have started the pressing by now. We've got to get it back to the customers by tonight.
Sorry, Mother. I was telling Sarah about my dream.
Sarah Shaw, you're a bad influence. We have work to do here, you know. If I don't get this laundry back to my customers by tonight, they won't come to me again. And then where's our next meal coming from? It's not easy being the only breadwinner, you know, since my Ernest died.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Anderson, but Emily was telling me about this awful dream and it was frightening. Then she told me about the man she met in the spinney and we didn't notice the time was passing.
A man? In the spinney? What man? You didn't tell me anything about that.
He came into my dream, Mother, last night. I dreamed he was working in the furnace and we met by the canal and then there was a big explosion in the furnace and I woke up.
So it was all a dream? You didn't meet a real man in the spinney?
Yes, he was real all right, but he came into my dream too, when I dreamt that the furnace was working again. When I met him in the spinney, he told me he had worked there then and he was there on the day when something went wrong and there was this big explosion. He said the furnace never worked again after that.
That can't be right, Emily. The furnace hasn't worked for nearly 100 years. How can that man have been there? This is just another one of your silly stories, isn't it? I know you think you can make a living writing books and stories, but you can't. You'll only get there by hard work. Now come on, let's get sorting this laundry.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Anderson, but I'd better go.
Indeed. Now come on, Emily.
Emily, can you hear me?
Go away, Sarah. I've got work to do and I don't want to get us in trouble with Mother again.
I need your help, Emily.
No, I'm busy.
Please, I need you to come to the spinney with me. I can't go alone.
I can't come to the spinney or anywhere else. I've got too much to do.
Oh, come on, if you do this for me, I'll help with the laundry when we get back.
What are you doing going into the spinney? You know we've been told not to go.
It's John. He wants me to meet him in the spinney. But don't tell anyone. No one can know. I can't go by myself. I told Mother that I'd go and get some kindling. She said we could go and gather some if I go with you.
Sarah, you do get yourself into scrapes. You'll get us both into trouble.
Please.
Mother? Sarah needs me to help her gather kindling. I won't be long.
Surely she can do that without your help.
She says her mother will only let her go if I go too.
Well, all right, but don't go very far. Keep to the outskirts of the spinney and don't be long. We've still got a lot to do here.
I'll be very quick and Sarah's promised to help here. Come on then, let's go.
Oh, that's done now. You wait here until I get back. Gather some more kindling. It will look suspicious if we only go back with a bit.
Oh, so I've got to do your work now as well as my own.
Oh, you're such a great friend, Emily. Emily, come on, I'm back. Emily, come on. We need to get back. What are you doing? Thanks for getting this, but we need to get back now. Come on. Even if you don't need to get back, I do. You can catch me up. I'll see you at home.
Sarah, can you come here a minute? I want to talk to you. Sarah, I'm really worried. Emily's not gone home. Where could she have got to?
I don't know, Mrs. Anderson. She was right behind me when we came out of the spinney.
Right behind you? Are you sure?
Oh yes, Mrs. Anderson. She was right behind me, I'm sure.
Well, did she go back for anything? Did she say anything about going somewhere else?
No, she didn't say anything to me.
Did you see that man that she was talking about?
Oh no, Mrs. Anderson, there was no one.
Sarah, sure. Are you telling me the truth? You would tell me if there was something going on, wouldn't you?
There was nothing going on, Mrs. Anderson. Can I go now? I'm meant to be getting supper ready. I'm sure she'll be back soon. She'll be wanting her supper. Look, Mrs. Anderson, if she's not back by then, we can go and look for her. I'll come with you.
Sarah, I've got a really bad feeling about this. I think we need to go and look for her now. Can you go and ask your father and brother to come and help us?
Yes, of course.
Emily! Emily, where are you? Emily! 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 Emily, where are you?
Mrs. Anderson, Father says we need to get home. It's getting late. We can look again in the morning.
Go home? No, I can't go home and leave her here. She might be lying injured. She might be in danger somewhere.
Father said if she was in the spinney, we would have found her by now. Maybe she's gone to someone's house for shelter. Perhaps she'll come back in the morning.
No, why would she do that? It doesn't make sense. You go home if you want to, but I'm going to keep on searching.
We can't leave you here alone, Mrs. Anderson. Come home and we'll get you some tea. In the morning, we'll get people to help search, if she's not back by then.
So I'm afraid we're going to call off the search, Mrs. Anderson.
No, surely not, Inspector.
My men have searched everywhere. Found nothing. Not a shoe, not a hat, no footprints, no sign of a struggle, nothing. We've come to the conclusion she's just run away.
No!
It's hard, I know, but it happens. Especially where the girl's got airy-fairy notions about her future, or where there's a chap involved. We had a case a few years back. Girl goes into the spinney to gather kindling or pick berries or some such nonsense. Never seen again. Yep, never seen again. Tragic. There were rumours, of course, not that I believed any of them.
Rumours?
Rumours, well, more of a myth, I suppose. Absolute nonsense.
Tell me, please.
Well, they say that when the furnace packed up 100 years or so ago, it was all down to this young girl. Proper little hussy, apparently. She was always coming round, teasing the men. Weren't too fussy about who she lured away into the bushes. Proper little madam. Anyway, one day she was flirting with the young lad who was supposed to be tending the furnace. He neglects his duties to go off with her, Gases build up inside the furnace chimney, and when the gases reach the top of the chimney, boom, huge explosion, all over.
But what's this got to do with my Emily? She's a good girl.
I'm sure she is, Mrs. Anderson. But in this story, the young lad was walking back into the furnace loft just as the whole lot went up. He was killed.
Well, that's very sad. But what's this got to do with what's happening here?
Well, that's the really silly bit. They say that the ghost of that youth haunts the spinney. They reckon he blames the young girl for his death and takes his revenge by luring away young girls he finds in the woods. Never seen again.
No.
Don't you believe it, Mrs. Anderson? Your Emily will have gone off with some young man or other, but it weren't no ghost. She'll probably come back eventually, pregnant like as not. You mark my words. Well, I must be on my way now, Mrs. Anderson. I'm sorry there isn't more that we could have done for you, but I'll be right about your Emily. You mark my words.
Emily! Emily! Emily, where are you? Mother! Emily! Mother! Emily, where are you? I can hear you, Emily! Emily! Mother! Emily! Emily! Mother! Mother! Emily! Emily! Mother! Mother!
She's gone then.
Who?
Mrs. Anderson. I saw them moving her out this morning.
Oh, where's she gone?
Well, she said she was going to live with her sister in Loughborough. Too many memories round here for her.
Loughborough? Where's that?
Well, not too sure. But I wouldn't want to live there. They say it was bombed a few months back. People were killed. Said it was a Zeppelin raid, whatever that is. But people were killed. I wouldn't like it. Of course, I reckon she went a bit mad, you know, after her Emily disappeared.
Oh?
Yeah, she started hearing things, seeing things. She reckoned her Emily was haunting her.
I always did feel a bit guilty about that, you know.
You did? Why? Wasn't your fault.
No, but I was in the spinney with her that day.
Yes, but did you see that man she ran off with?
No, there was no man I saw. But she did tell me she'd seen a man. Spoke to him a day or two before. Said he'd told her about what happened at the furnace all them years ago.
Yes, you said. But you didn't believe her, did you? You know what she was like with her stories.
I know, and I thought it was another one of her stories. But...
But what?
Well, the other day, I saw a man in the spinney.
What?
Yeah. He was a bit funny looking. Dirty and ragged like.
You didn't speak to him, did you? I told you not to go in the spinney.
No, but he spoke to me. Told me about the accident at the furnace all them years ago. Just like Emily said.
Oh no. Oh, Sarah. Not you as well.